Miles, you bring us in. However you want to bring us in, bring us in. You've heard enough of these podcasts. You've been a part of enough of these podcasts that you should be able to give us a good introduction to our illustrious return.
You ready? Let's see what I have. I don't think I've ever done an intro before. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Midnight Miles Mansion. Welcome back to another episode of Brain Damage. I am here with, can I say co-host? You usually, I feel like I'm lesser than the two of you, but I mean, you guys can introduce yourselves.
He definitely came in after our heyday. There's no doubt about it.
We brought this podcast to the promised land, and you're just riding on our coattails at this point.
Well, at least I'm good for something.
I'm Buddy the Bruiser.
And I am Dynamite Jared. How's it going, gamers?
Jared's coming to us live from the Dynamite Palace. We were all in our palaces and mansions this evening. Buddy's a guest at my place tonight.
I am. This is the first time we have recorded in the Midnight Mansion. You've heavily protested it in the past because your new metal neighbors would object to the sounds, but yet they can listen to fucking Meshuggah and Mudvayne at like 2 a.m, so it's fine.
You know,
I'll protest it. I'm going to cut in right there and say straight up, Meshuggah is not a new metal band.
True. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
He still bumps it though. I've heard.
I mean, they're terrible.
Well, yeah.
I know. We lost a couple subscribers right there when I just said that, but Meshuggah's bad.
I'll bring him back. I like a couple Meshuggah songs. That's all right.
Stick around for Midnight Miles' other
hot takes.
Opinions. Yeah. I like a couple Meshuggah songs. Don't leave. I like a couple Meshuggah songs.
Spa's got really into that band, actually.
A lot of the Beulah hardcore guys got into them a minute.
So I've got a blast from the past from you guys because we know how much Jared loves to talk about high school. I was just out with a few friends from work, and I ran into an absolute Ashtabula legend, Aaron Switchblade Schwartz.
Wow, the fucking legend right there. You what was the name of that band that he was in? Not Nightblade, obviously, not the band that he was in.
The
with
Runkleys.
Briefly. No, like before that, even him, Jared Kaplan, and I want to say Scott Schwartz.
Oh shit. Yeah, I remember that band.
Like New Generation or some shit like that.
I think it was called New Generation. You want to hear something funny? I guess this goes right off it. I think Jared Kaplan is married to a girl that was interested in me, and she actually made.
Wow, shocker.
Weren't they all?
She made this.
If he married a girl from Ashtabula,
no, he married.
They had to have been interested in Miles.
He married a girl from Cleveland that was trying to but she was just all about it, and she also was like, I just want to have a family and not work. And I was like, well, I'll see you later. She made me.
She wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
She made me this giant A over here that has a bunch of horror movie stuff on it. Should I show you what it looks like? Should I go get it? And
the viewers can't see it. I've seen it a plethora of times. Jared, have you seen the A for Aykroyd that a past fling made our illustrious somewhat co-host or whatever the hell he is?
A past romance. It burned out as quickly as the fires. I'm not poetic enough to say this. As quickly as the fires of passion lit, it burned out just as quickly.
It's true. She did make me a really nice breakfast one day. Thank you for that.
Man, oh man. I'm not going to name drop anyone on the podcast, but one of Steve Stab Wounds Buell's flings or one night kind of escapades, I guess.
I know who this is, and I know where the story's going, but continue.
Made me, I guess, not really a breakfast, but a breakfast food at like 3 a.m, and it was delicious. Thank you. You know who you are.
Was that Huevos Rancheros?
Yes, Huevos
Fuck.
Rancheros. So
Fuck.
good.
Which I've never had,
So
but
good.
I hear it's god tier, but I've never had it.
Incredible. I haven't had it in so long. I want some now.
I'm always nervous to order it because I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Do I go with the safe bet?
Do I go with the safe bet, which is
burrito?
obviously the breakfast burrito is the safe
Right.
bet. Yeah.
Damn. Well, shout out to getting cooked breakfast foods by random people. It's great.
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world. I also feel kind of like a dick though at the same time when someone's just randomly like random people are just cooking me breakfast food. Like I feel like I don't deserve this.
To be fair,
Go
ahead.
But at the same time, extra stoked when I actually get it. I was extra stoked because I was watching Glow at the time, the last season of Glow, and it was like, I don't know. I was just watching it and eating huevos rancheros.
To be fair though, getting cooked random breakfast food by someone random doesn't happen that often in your life. So I feel like it's okay when it does happen. Like it's not something that you're just like every week, at least not in my life. Probably not in any of ours, to be honest. Or you're at someone's house, you're like, by the way, I'm just gonna cook you a great breakfast, even though I don't know you that well.
I haven't been at a random person's house since this incident. So
I feel like the older
the older you get, the less chances for random breakfasts at random people's houses. Yes. For sure.
Yeah, it is less often you end up at someone random's house.
Especially because we're all wifed up now, essentially.
Yeah, the way it's supposed to be. I know there's still a lot of people in their 30s that make a life out of ending up in strangers' homes late at night. For better or for worse, take that as you will. Sometimes they get breakfast. Sometimes they bury a body in the backyard. You never know what's going on.
Or they just puke themselves to sleep in the bathroom, at 3 a.m. Right?
Have you guys watched the newest Dragon Ball superhero trailers? Are you up to date with this?
Should I hit the music? Is this going to be a long talk? Do I need to hit the music?
I have no idea. I have no idea how long this talk is going to be. But as a
precaution, it's been a number of years probably. So I'm gonna hit the music. All right, we're back. Jared, you've been marking out about this fucking film. It's Jared's favorite film of all time, and he hasn't even seen it yet. It's the new Miles. He sees something online, and he's like, bro, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Nice try.
Hold on.
Freaking out.
Hold on, but before we talk about the trailer itself for Dragon Ball Superhero.
Which trailer?
Any of them. Do we need to plug your tweet? Is this an opportunity to plug your tweet?
Yeah,
because you're low key viral.
Twitter at Dynamite Jared. There's a tweet involving Goku versus Naruto. If you strip their powers away, and it was based only on martial arts ability, like martial arts hand-to-hand ability, who would win? And my tweet is at 66 likes. I know we can get that up to 69. So make sure you go to my Twitter at Dynamite Jared and leave me a like on that one. We're 3 away. Do you
want to talk about what the discussion was entailing? Because there were a lot of people that were on Naruto's side for some reason. It doesn't make any sense.
They're idiots. I mean, I think I laid it out pretty. I'm at 67 likes right now. So 2 away, gamers. Let's get this to 69 likes. Right, Beavis? Oh, no, he's not going to talk. All right. So yeah,
me? Am I
basically what?
He was talking to some sort of animal.
Oh.
I'm talking to Oh, it's not gonna work
What
because
the
of the virtual background.
We're just looking at Gus's nutsack right
what
now.
the fuck is happening right now? There's a cat.
That's
I saw.
Kenshiro, not Guts. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah, there's a fifth of
audio-
that's Fist of the North Star. I'm
yeah, it's
sorry.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. There, it's still jacked, guys.
Big sweaty
So-
meaty men.
Yeah, that's the kind of anime that I like. The kind that's based on where the main character is a big, sweaty, meaty man with a tragic past. Fist of the North Star and Berserk. All right, so the initial tweet is who's winning in a fight? No powers, both humans, only martial arts. Naruto versus Goku. The tweet itself right there is kind of stupid because technically the powers are martial arts, but I understand what they're saying, but like martial arts is just like basically how do you say this? Martial arts is it's just fighting basically, and like different styles of fighting.
But
So
taking
like
out
key
the
control,
power-ups, taking out the key blasts.
taking out the key blasts, taking out the flying, taking out the jutsus and the demon foxes and the super saiyans and the kaiokens. Who has better hand-to-hand? Who would win in a hand-to-hand fight just based on their martial arts prowess?
Miles, do you have an answer to this question?
Goku 150%.
Miles has never even
So-
watched Naruto.
So we're all in agreement on this.
I tried to watch some and I just didn't enjoy it. I'm sure that it gets good. I'm sure it gets okay. I mean, everyone loves it, but I think when things like Naruto and like we talked about Bleach, me and Jared had before, like when stuff like that started getting like that became like the mainstream anime at the time. Like I just was like, no, I just want to watch more Gundam or watch like I don't know, Ninja Scroll or something.
Is it blasphemous for me to say that I don't even think it would be close?
No, it's not blasphemous. I don't think it would be close at all because they're in different weight classes. Like,
All
look
this
at-
dude
look at the
does
two
is
of them.
train.
Like
He's
Goku
jacked beyond
literally does
belief.
nothing but train, and like, but people act like just because he had. So like, since Goku has access to, thank you, honey. I got some mini chocolate chip cookies delivered to me personally, fresh out of the oven.
Nice.
Since Goku has access to key control, and the style of fights in Dragon Ball Z starts to shift more heavily towards key blasts and everything, which really it doesn't. Like that's like a false narrative. Like key blasts in Dragon Ball Z fights are usually like high spots. If you really think about it, they're like high spots, and the majority of the fights are usually like that lightning fast fucking like punching matches that they do. Like most of the fights just like 90% of them consist of hand-to-hand combat, and then he'll throw in like a Kamehameha, like a warp Kamehameha in there.
Yeah, I mean the fights always start that way as well. Like I mean they always start like you don't just have someone come and power up unless they're like facing a jobber and they just blow someone away in 10 seconds. Like they always start with an actual fight, you know.
So anyways, if we're just going based on like no powers and their hand-to-hand ability, Goku's been a martial arts prodigy since the series began. Like Goku has shown an ability in multiple fights to analyze his opponent's fighting style and adapt to it and come up with strategies to counter that fighting style instantaneously. He sees a move one time and he basically figures out ways to counter it. And a lot of people are using the example from Dragon Ball Super when he fought Hit and basically figured out how to counter him, even though Hit was literally skipping through time. And Goku was still able to predict where he was going to strike at and counter the moves and eventually win the fight.
So taking out now, even just take out, which obviously everything you're saying is correct, but the like just the pure ability of him being a Saiyan and he's going to be able to level up and be a faster, smarter fighter, stronger fighter. You're not taking that out of the tweet, are you? Like that's still included.
They're
like
both human. They're both human. No saying.
Oh.
That was a big thing of the fight. But my argument always was,
before we knew he was a Saiyan, he was still fucking. There were no.
That still doesn't even matter. Sorry if you're hearing me chew on cookies right now.
No, you're good. But I just don't. I mean, that's just part of his race, you know. I mean, that's like why. I mean, I don't know. I understand.
They're just basing it because Saiyans do, biology-wise, have an advantage over pretty much every other species except for the Frieza species when it comes to combat, because they're biologically basically just built to fight.
They're a warrior race.
Yeah, warrior race. So they took that out. And to me, it still doesn't matter, because from just a straight martial arts standpoint, now we're not even getting into physique yet. Okay. Like once we get into
physique, there's no chance.
He's done.
Right?
Naruto's done.
But people like the Naruto fans that obviously have not watched Dragon Ball or paid attention think that just because Goku is portrayed as kind of like a dummy in things, that he's not an intelligent fighter for whatever reason. They also believe that Dragon Ball has always been like the punch harder show that literally is My Hero Academia, and I'm sure every one of these people love My Hero Academia. Every fight ends in punch harder. Like you get your ass beat all the time, get your rage boost, and punch a little bit harder, you win the fight. Goku is like pretty much in every fucking fight has used strategy to counter or win the fight. And sometimes it's not even explained narratively. Sometimes there's not even Piccolo there. Like Goku versus Frieza, one of the greatest fights in anime history, even though people like to clown on it now because it's
3 hours
over 20
long.
episodes. People like to clown on it. After Goku goes Super Saiyan, and starts fighting Frieza, and beating the shit out of him, Piccolo and the others aren't there for Piccolo to deliver his typical, fight narration explaining what's going on. You know what I mean? There's a strategy in that fight. There's also a strategy in the fight against Broly. It's the same exact strategy. If you watch that fight, Goku doesn't use many ki blasts in that fight. He's landing heavy body blows on Frieza throughout the fight, causing Frieza to get internal bleeding and basically wear himself out. Goku's doing internal damage to him by just getting in close and landing heavy blows to Frieza's stomach and kidneys, like constantly.
And that was a big thing from the fucking.
It even shows.
So
there's a Geekdom 101 video about it that you can watch. There's literally a Geekdom 101 video called Goku Strategy versus Frieza. It's like a 6-minute video, and he like shows where in multiple points in the fight, Goku's targeting Frieza's basically his internal organs.
So true. All this is true. Facts. So the thing that we always like, I think it was a bigger thing. I know Buddy's a little bit younger, but when we were watching Dragon Ball like Z and stuff like that, and all the random magazines were coming out, like unofficial ones, obviously Beckett Dragon Ball Z Collector was out, all that, but people used to always argue about power levels and stuff like that. Power levels. So I assume that, like, all right, so if Goku's hitting body shots and his power level obviously is higher than Frieza at this point, not by a lot, but by enough, obviously, to defeat him. We all know how
he was way stronger. He was stronger by a lot. Frieza was getting smacked around in that fight. It wasn't even close.
Well,
after he went Super Saiyan, it was like, what, 10 episodes of Goku literally just shoving his entire cock and balls into Frieza's mouth and just making him like it.
Yeah, all right. Anyways, but
there's literally the scene where Frieza's just Goku's just standing there, bitch smacking Frieza back and forth.
Yeah. No, there is. I mean, but
no, there is. I've watched it. I've
watched it.
Frieza's kicking his ass before he pre-Super Saiyan. Frieza was giving him the work before he went Super Saiyan.
Well, the question
but their
was,
power levels were a little more close then.
do you think obviously, like, when you're doing those body shots, do you think that he's like putting like energy, like key behind the shots? Like, I mean, they're not like visualizing it in the show, but I imagine that to have that power level, you're putting like a degree of force, whether they show it.
Yeah. Well, key is real. Key is like a real thing. You just can't shoot it out of your fucking hands.
Right.
And martial artists and like Tai Chi and stuff, because Tai Chi relies pretty heavily on this, if I recall correctly, because Chi is just the Chinese word for key.
Right.
And you will focus just in martial arts in general, at least out in the East and more Eastern martial arts, you will kind of like focus your key into like your strikes and stuff like that to enhance your strength. It's a real thing. So,
no, I know.
Like,
Shenmue.
just because
Shout out
Goku,
Shenmue.
yeah, just because Goku has like, 10 billion times the amount of ki that any real human could possibly have in their entire body, doesn't mean that it's not a real thing. Chakras, chi, ki, these are all kind of like Eastern philosophy, life energy things that are actually real things.
Right.
True.
But still, even taking his like power and shit like out of it, like it's still showing like, hey, he's doing some strategic things here, like countering.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole
Right,
point
that's
of
the
the thing
whole-
is that he's thinking while he fights. Goku may be an idiot when it comes to day-to-day life, but when it comes to fighting, he's a fighting genius.
Yeah.
And is shown multiple times throughout the series. Like, one of his abilities is basically that he can see a technique one time and pretty much either know a way to counter it, or he can a lot of times basically learn the technique. He learned the Kamehameha after seeing Master Roshi do it one time. And
Right.
Master Roshi took 50 years to master that technique. Goku saw him do it once, and then he fucking Kamehameha to Kara like 10 seconds later. And after image technique was the same thing. Goku saw it used one time and instantly started using it in the world tournament. He's a fighting genius. And he's also, for the people that are, like trying to make this like a real world thing, has used real world martial arts on several occasions, different styles. Goku knows like multiple styles of martial arts. He uses jujitsu in the new Broly movie. He used Jeet Kune Do in Resurrection F when he hit Frieza with the 1-inch punch, and who knows, whatever fucking karate and fucking taekwondo and shit that he's probably done throughout. I'm not a martial arts expert. I just know that he's used all kinds of different shit.
You had something to say.
Oh, I was going to say something controversial to nothing. It wasn't about Goku necessarily. Oh, well, obviously it wasn't, but something to maybe stir up your Twitter fans or followers, Jared. I'm such not a Naruto fan that I just want to believe that Gohan as an adult Great Saiyaman could probably beat up Naruto. Fuck.
I actually disagree, and I went in to say this just to show that I'm not biased. Gohan is nowhere near the martial artist that Goku is.
Yes, I
Gohan
close.
doesn't train.
Yeah,
he
not
has
even close.
He has the higher potential, but he
Gohan
hasn't put in the
more
work.
like he has more raw potential than Goku does. If Gohan trained from just a power standpoint, he would be way more powerful than Goku. I don't even think at that point he would even still be as smart of a fighter. He's like kind of like the opposite of Goku in a way. Gohan is very book smart, socially smart, and just like everyday smart. Is he a fighting genius like Goku? No, he's never been said to be a fighting genius like Goku. He's never shown to have any sort of strategy when going into fights. Gohan, any fight that he's won or kind of like been dominant in for a period of time has been through brute strength. Gohan knows martial arts, and he's been trained by Piccolo and his dad. He knows the moves, Is he a smart fighter in the way that he implements them? When he was fighting Super Boo, he literally showed that he was kind of a fucking idiot because he kind of got cocky and let people get absorbed and just and kind of fucked himself. And against Cell, he literally just went in and overpowered him.
Jeez, hold on.
What's funny?
We're running out of time, it says on our Zoom. We're doing this through Zoom right now.
So apparently Zoom has upgraded their fucking policies since the last time we fucking did a podcast. And it says we have 10.
I'm seeing it now, yeah.
It says
don't fucking count me down, Zoom. Don't you dare fucking count me down.
It says we have 10 minutes left. So I guess we'll wrap up this fucking conversation about this in the next 10 minutes, and then we'll call back and see what's going on. See if they'll let us record more. If not, we'll switch to the phone. But we're gonna keep going for another couple minutes, I guess, to wrap up this conversation.
What?
Either way, here's the thing. Assuming that Goku and this is my final point. Okay. Assuming that Goku and Naruto are even of similar skill when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, which I don't believe that they are, because Goku trains every single fucking day.
Goku's fighting. Got 100 pounds.
Naruto's not even the strongest hand-to-hand fighter in his own universe. There's been shown to be several other characters who specialize in hand-to-hand combat in Naruto. Naruto's more specialized in his powers and in his jutsus because he has a demon fox filled with fucking chakra inside of his fucking body. And that's why Naruto is able to dominate people in most scenarios. Anyways, even assuming that they're of the same level of skill, which I've already said I don't think they are. Goku is in a different weight class than Naruto. Naruto could land multiple strikes on Goku, and it wouldn't hurt him as much as Goku landing one strike on Naruto, because Goku appears to be taller, but definitely weighs probably 100 pounds more just in pure muscle. Goku, if there's ever been someone that's probably 0% body fat, it's Goku.
What about Vegeta? You think Vegeta's 0% too?
Oh yeah, definitely. But Vegeta's probably more similar in height than Naruto. Why I bring up height is that Goku probably has a better reach than Naruto.
Yeah.
So Naruto probably couldn't even get close to him.
Vegeta's Goku only fucking 5'3".
Yeah, Goku could probably pick him apart from a distance and just stick and move him, and Naruto could never even get in close to do anything to him. And even if he did, Goku obviously knows jujitsu and could literally just slam Naruto onto the ground if he got in close. So regardless, Goku wins. I don't think it's even that close. And now Dragon Ball superhero trailers. Miles, I know Buddy's watched them. Miles, have you watched them?
I watched the one that you sent the other day with that had more of Piccolo, but it was
the one with his iPhone.
Yeah, I don't think I turned there weren't subtitles on that on the thing, so I just watched it. But it was cool. It was a cool looking trailer. I thought it looked funny.
What do you guys? Yeah, I think it looks funny. It's basically Videl asking Piccolo to pick up Pan from school, and Piccolo's like, "Where the fuck is Gohan?" And she's like, "Oh, he's studying." So Piccolo shows up at his house all pissed off. And then I think tells Gohan that he needs to train more and that he's going to go pick up Pan, but Gohan needs to fucking think about training more or something stupid. What do you guys think? I know everybody hates the CGI. Okay. Everybody fucking hates it. Do you think that it looks better now than it did when this first started?
I'm excited for more of the slice of life kind of stuff. But I still I don't know. I don't think that the new androids or whatever are that cool. I don't know if the action's going to be as good as what I'm hoping, but I'm excited for the comedy aspect of it.
I'm thinking that when this is all said and done, I'm thinking that I'm going to like the new androids because they seem like comedic characters. And usually the comedic characters in Dragon Ball are some of the best side characters in the entire thing.
Yeah. And I know it's a cliche because everyone's like, oh, Dragon Ball is just all fighting and stupid shit. And I think that like Broly just set such like a high bar for what you can do with like the action and like a Dragon Ball film that like I don't know how this is gonna stack up against it, but I'm more excited for the goofiness of it, I guess, because it seems like it's gonna be more comedic than a lot of the stuff we've been getting recently.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like the Gammas more than I'm gonna like Cell Max, if I can say that. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, Cell Max is in this film. Maximum Cell.
Ultimate Mega Cell.
And supposedly he's going to be huge. Like it's going to be like probably like
Kaiju shit.
like the Harudagarn movie, fucking
Everyone's favorite.
a Wrath of the Dragon. Jesus Christ, that one. That's the Japanese title is literally like exploding dragon fists something something. If Goku can't do it, then no one can. Is literally the name of the fucking
The
movie
best
in
title.
Japanese.
It's hard.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm getting more excited for it as it's getting closer and closer. The first couple trailers, I was kind of like, not really.
You're hype about it. At least that's how you portray yourself online. Is this is going to be your favorite film of all time?
No, shut the fuck up. No, it's not even gonna be close.
I'm sure it's gonna be good. I'm sure I'm gonna like it because I really liked Super. I'm really excited for anything like new, more with Dragon Ball.
You like Gohan more than we do.
I know.
And Gohan's the main character of this movie, so you should be more hype about this than we are. I know Joel is gonna hate it because
They hate everything.
Joel's a Piccolo fan, but he hates Gohan.
True.
Can't stand Gohan, and I'm kind of the same way. I like Gohan moments. I like when Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2, and I like Great Saiyan Man. I wish Great Saiyan Man was in this movie.
I like
He could be. I mean, you don't know.
True. I like when he becomes Mystic Gohan, obviously, when he's up trained with the Kais, but obviously, like you said, he let himself be too arrogant to test his powers, and he just wasn't on Kid Boo's level after that. But I mean, I still like the arc. I really like the whole Boo saga arc a lot.
What's interesting to me is that I think that it's implied that Kid Boo is not as strong as Super Boo. So in reality, if Ultimate Gohan was there to fight Kid Boo, Ultimate Gohan, I guess, would have been stronger than Kid Boo. But for some reason, he wasn't there.
Didn't he fight Kid Boo?
No.
No, he wasn't there.
Huh.
He got pulled out because he got absorbed by Super Boo, by Boo Tanks. And then he got pulled out by Goku and Vegeta, along with Fat Boo and Goten and Trunks. And he just like fucked off after that. I don't know where the fuck he was.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that it's shown where the fuck he is in the series. I just haven't seen it in so long. I don't remember.
It's been why did I think Kid Boo was like after Super Boo?
Kid Boo
was after Super Boo.
Kid Boo's the final boss, but he's not necessarily stronger than Super Boo.
But they don't. Gohan doesn't fight him. It's just Goku and Vegeta that are over there, and Hercules in the fucking field.
Okay, that's right.
But
Goku believes that he could beat Super Boo because Goku fucking turned Super Saiyan 3 and bodied Fat Boo
for
a little while.
Yeah.
And so since Kid Boo is not as strong as Super Boo, Goku also thought that he could take Kid Boo in Super Saiyan 3. But Kid Boo was a more chaotic fighter and also stronger than Fat Boo. And so Goku underestimated him and ran out of power too fast and had to resort to the Spirit Bomb.
Right, yeah.
All right, we got to stop talking about Dragon Ball Z.
We got to wrap this up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick pause for the cause, and we'll be right back at you. All right, we're back. Nice little Super Saiyan Godcast for you guys. So what else has been going on? It's been a fucking long time since we've done one of these.
I've talked a lot about Goku versus Naruto. So I want to pass the mic over to you guys for a little bit and let you get some stuff out there for us to discuss. Maybe right now, buddy, it's Morbin time.
Maybe it is Morbin time.
What do you think, Miles?
Miles is the only one that's seen the film. He paid money to go see it on its first release.
True.
He was like, God damn, this looks fire.
I mean, I'm trying to see a fucking shirtless Jared Leto, and then I'm also trying to see like a goth dying Jared Leto in the same film. So
if they had it at the drive-in this weekend, I would go. But they don't. They're playing fucking nothing I really want to see at the drive-in.
I talked about it a little bit last night as we all sat down to hang out, and all of us slowly fell asleep. I mean, I didn't fall asleep last night, but the rest of us, I've never heard a dog snore. Oh my God, fucking Legends just came out on Raw. So we're watching Monday Night Raw, guys. Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode came out for an interview. So,
well, the Legends.
Yeah, Bobby Roode looks great. Damn, it looks jacked. Fuck.
How old is he?
Bobby
like 48.
He's like 47 or something. Yeah, he looks like $2 billion. And even Roman Reigns always puts over Bobby Roode's like Roman Reigns, he's like the best guys that you want to actually like work out with and train with. He was literally like Chad Gable and like Bobby Roode. He's like, those guys seriously work out like fucking maniacs, like constantly, and they have like the best routines. And both those guys, you were talking about people with like no body fat. Obviously, you're talking about an anime character Goku, but fucking Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, when they're just sitting there flexing, or just like those dudes are fucking jacked, like cut, lean. You can tell they know how to fucking train.
I can't. I think they look like skinny dweebs to me.
All right, bro. Well, good thing we're not shirtless flexing, any of us right now. But I mean, we're pretty good looking guys, all three of us. So, kind of make up for that.
It's Morbin time, Miles.
Make up for the physique. Miles, how was Morbius?
It was better than Ben Affleck's Daredevil. It was better than what was that? Eric Bana's Hulk.
You're setting the bar pretty low.
Well, true. Well, Eric Bana, I'm just talking about that people who acted in it, because I didn't know people do. But I mean,
it was better than two of the worst Marvel films ever made.
True. Facts. It's funny because I'll get hated for this, but I'm so sick of how formulaic every single like Disney MCU film is, where I feel like I'm just watching the same thing with a new coat of paint. So I like when Sony kind of comes in and is like, well, we might make a flaming turd, but at least there'll be some entertaining B movie trash. Like, it was just Morbius is one of those things, if you like, just like what I said, B movie. It's just a big budget B movie vampire trash. The acting's funny. The dialogue wasn't overly bad. It was just super basic, really basic script. The special effects were a lot better than in the trailers, so I'm glad they at least acknowledged that. The main villain in it, the opposite of Jared Leto, I think he is. I tried talking about something. He's in Doctor Who, I think.
You tell me. I don't know. I don't watch that trash.
I mean, I don't watch it either, but I mean, you guys usually keep up on some of that stuff.
We usually keep up on Doctor Who and some of that stuff, he says.
Bro, you guys
I've never watched an episode of Doctor Who in my life.
Bro, you guys got Twitter, bro. You guys know more than me.
Nobody's tweeting about Doctor Who.
I can promise you, no one is tweeting about Doctor Who.
Doctor Who is not hot right now. Doctor Who was kind of hot when the last act. I actually don't even know if it was the last actor that played him. recently, but
In
there was
like the
one,
2000s, not the 2010s. It was a little hot. I remember
I don't
hearing
know.
about
I
it in
think
high
it was
school.
in the early 2010s.
Yeah,
There
I
was
saw a
the
bunch of
actor that played him.
people.
Might have been the
he had
early
the swoop.
2010s
He had
then.
the swoopy hair.
I know you're
Uh,
talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and it was that guy. Because he was attractive, and then once they changed actors again, everybody fell off. I think.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was just a fine B movie superhero film. It wasn't quite as bad.
A
as-
raving review from Miles
Yeah, I
Ackroyd.
mean, it wasn't-
He's
Was
giving
it better
all...
than RoboWar?
No, it wasn't better than RoboWar.
Miles loved RoboWar.
RoboWar.
I feel Miles, I'm gonna tell you this straight up. I feel bad for you that we watched RoboWar because watching that film, like wanting to watch that film was such a huge part of your identity for so long. Like, every time we hang out, when are we gonna watch RoboWar? Oh, I can't wait to watch RoboWar. In the group message, RoboWar this weekend? Question mark. We finally watched it.
Buddy and Jared both have these elaborate exaggerations of my life. It's almost like I think I said this last night that I honestly just want a podcast made of like elaborate exaggerations of like what they think that I am or what I do, just so I can have that recorded so I can just listen to it.
Jared, how much did Miles talk about RoboWar?
Well, that was okay. First off, Miles, that was the podcast when it was just me and Buddy. We did just talk about we did just make our elaborate exaggerations about your life constantly. If you'd actually have listened to our shows, you would have known that. But
I listened to some of them. I didn't listen to all of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Secondly, yes, you talked about RoboWar literally every time we saw you. If there was one thing that was for sure, two things were guaranteed when hanging out with Miles. Number one, he was going to have a beer can in his hand or a bottle. He was going to have a beer in his hand. Number two, he was going to say something about RoboWar.
I think the third guarantee was he was not going to be on time.
That's true. That's true.
I got stuff to do, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you want to see Morbius, it's I think it's back in theater.
You have your chance to see it. They brought it back. It's the biggest fucking misconception
I thought it was
of all
just
time.
I thought it was just over the weekend.
They probably pulled it by now, honestly, because
they
they only
only-
made it $85,000.
Well, they only had it at one showing a night at 10 o'clock at night. That's at every theater in Cleveland. They were only showing it once a day.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
Dude, they weren't showing it. They weren't going to put it in more.
They
than
were
probably
showing.
one
Listen,
theater.
no, that's no excuse. The movie was out forever, okay, and then the memes came out. One showing over the weekend at 10 o'clock at night is literally like, if you can't make it to that, then you're a fucking idiot. At any point during the weekend, if you really want to see Morbius and you can't fucking make it to the 10 o'clock showing on the weekend, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Honestly, that's what we should have done last night.
Very rare.
We should have done that last night, to be
Honestly,
honest.
we probably should have. I probably would have rather watched Morbius than what ended up happening.
What, your fiance and your dog sleeping at 9 o'clock at night on the couch?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you'd put something on that was good, a la Morbius, I would have been awake. It's hard to get me to fall asleep in the movie theater. So if we would have went and saw Morbius in the theater, then I probably would have been awake.
I don't think I've ever fallen asleep in a theater setting.
I have.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep watching some fucking B movie trash. They did like Valley View in like 2017, did a whole series of like every like Thursday night they were showing independent film for like some production company like bought them and just put them out for like a summer. And it was some insane like killer animal movie, but this film started at 10:30 or 10:45 at night. And I remember waking up, I fell asleep during, and I woke up in the theater and it was like after 12:30 and all the lights were on. And I was just in there by myself.
I think I kind of dozed off a little bit during Cinema Wasteland the one year when we fucking started the Bigfoot movie at like 1 a.m.
I think you did doze off for like a quick minute, but not bad.
Well, is that a movie theater experience? Cinema Wasteland.
I would consider. I mean, you're watching a film in a room with a bunch of people. Yeah, I mean, it's dark.
I mean, it's dark on a projector.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're going to a theater. It's a theater experience. It's not to the. I mean, it's not in the traditional sense, but yeah.
I fell asleep watching the new Child's Play. I was in and out of that a lot in the theater.
I think that film is so fucking overhyped.
The new remake.
Yeah,
I liked
it. It was not very good.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to, but I'm pretty sure I said that on something before.
Yeah, probably on this podcast. I didn't really enjoy it, but I was also asleep for like half of it. And was it Toy Story 4? It had to have been. I think Toy Story 4 I saw the same day actually before Child's Play, and I was already kind of falling asleep in the middle of Toy Story 4. But to be fair, Toy Story 4 literally is like the worst Toy Story.
I've never seen Toy Story 4.
Yeah, it doesn't need to exist. It was pointless. It's fine.
But now we got Buzz Lightyear coming out.
Just Lightyear. There's no Buzz. Get the Buzzed out of here, bro. Just Lightyear.
Right, just Lightyear. Do you think Lightyear will be better than Dragon Ball Superhero?
No.
I don't know if I'm gonna see it. Honestly, I might. I don't know. I've seen every other Toy Story related thing.
I saw the trailer before something the other week, and I was like, oh, I guess this doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I don't really have any interest to watch anything like that, to be honest. But the trailer was entertaining enough. It's definitely something. It'll be on Disney Plus one day, right? So
yeah, it'll be on Disney Plus eventually. I might have to see it in theaters though, because I've seen every Toy Story in theaters.
I'll just watch it when it hits Disney Plus. I probably will never watch Toy Story 4.
Why? What do you got against Toy Story 4?
You guys just said don't watch it. So
well, it's just a pointless sequel. Like it, I don't know, kind of fucks with Woody's character, I guess. Like, I don't know. Jared's big on Toy Story. I know it's one of his like favorite.
It was a childhood favorite.
But doesn't like sure. the fucking Toy Story 4 like totally like fucks like Woody's character up, and I guess that's why I'm like not as hot on it.
I don't know. Toy Story 4 was just bad to me. Like when I was watching it, I was just like not really interested in it at all. Whereas Toy Story 3,
God tier.
Yeah, it was so fucking good.
Literally the first
made me like the original sob in the movie theater at the end.
The original trilogy is goated. Like there's no, I mean, I think all three of them are masterpieces.
Yeah, they're all three good. I think Toy Story 2 is the weakest out of the original trilogy.
I disagree, but that's fine. Toy Story 2 is my favorite one.
Well, you see this AC adapter that I have here? I'm gonna swing around. And
I actually don't see it because your chroma key is fucking up. So
right here,
I saw it.
It's interchangeable. You can change the voltage on that. Yeah, Toy Story 2 is like the one that I just don't like. It's good, but like I don't really care about it that much. Toy Story 1 came out like right when I was like fucking like 6 or 7, and I was obsessed with it as a child. I watched it. The first one fucking
scared me too much with the fucking like toys that are all fucked up. I don't know. I was a little too young for the original Toy Story
toys.
Yeah, like Sid's massacred toys.
And now there's the meme going around that he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't know they were alive. They shouldn't be alive.
I mean, true.
All right.
Miles is like, fuck, I gotta see this fucking Ezekiel segment.
Yeah, it's turn fucking Raw off. We're doing a goddamn podcast right now. Jesus Christ. Miles always acts like, here's the thing about Miles. Miles acts like he's not obsessed with Monday Night Raw. He's always like, bro, I just have it on in the background. I'm always saying, Miles, every Monday for 3 hours, you fucking waste three. You waste 3 hours of your fucking life when you could watch like a million fucking good movies. You could start watching like you could start watching Stranger Things. Stranger Things. You can watch all this shit. But instead you spend it watching Monday Night Raw, but then you're always like, oh, I just have it on the background, not really doing anything. Well, There you go. The jury is in. The jurors have spoken. We are here right now during Monday Night Raw, and you can't even fucking podcast because you're too locked in and
I'm
focused.
watching it right now. He's in rapture.
I don't have anything I like Toy Story. I like Toy Story 1 a lot. I barely remember Toy Story 2 or 3. And I've never seen 4. So I don't know. I just don't have a whole lot of like opinion on it. Like I appreciate that you guys are geeking on it, but I didn't grow up on anything
Not
Disney.
Really, just saying that they're good.
I didn't grow up.
You didn't grow up on anything Disney?
Not really. Like probably
I'm not even like a Disney guy like Buddy is, but like to a childhood without Disney is kind of stupid.
Well, my parents didn't watch any of that stuff. My parents didn't grow up on that either. So I mean, it just wasn't like I don't know. I just like didn't have like my only experiences with Disney were like
this is like the goddamn gaming podcast where basically we're to believe now that you grew up in like an Amish household.
No, I just like no. I grew up literally turning on TNT and like John Carpenter films were on.
He had Sega and basic cable.
I actually didn't have any video game systems till I was 12 years old. My parents wouldn't get me one. Like I literally played video games at my friend's house, and I came home and watched like just like shit on TV. I mostly just played outside. I just like that's all I did till I was like a little bit older. But the only Disney shit I remember watching was Lion King, which obviously Lion King is good. I watched Aladdin and Aladdin 2 for some reason. I really liked Aladdin. And then
the third Aladdin's great, by the way. Underrated sequel.
And then
that's crazy. I've never even seen it. I don't think
I've seen it.
Prince of Thieves, bro.
I don't think so.
Three's straight to VHS, bro.
2's Return of
Jafar, I haven't
right?
seen any of the straight to VHS.
I
haven't seen any of the straight to VHS Disney movies.
Return of Jafar is okay, but Robin Williams isn't in it. They got someone else to do the fucking genie, but Robin Williams came back for the third one on the straight to video one.
I'd say like I grew up on freaking, which I guess this is a good segue into what's going on this week. I mean, Jurassic Park was one of my first film memories, or like things I was really into because I was into dinosaurs.
I'm so fucking pissed I have to watch this movie in theaters, but I've seen all the rest of them. So
it's crazy because a Jurassic World trailer just came on as I was bringing this up. So it's almost like, but I'm super fucking amped for this new Jurassic World. I'm like beyond amped, honestly. Like if there's anything that's going to be quote unquote a summer blockbuster I'm looking forward to, it's this fucking film. Dominion.
I haven't watched a Jurassic Park movie since the second one.
Damn.
Jared's like, no, Jeff Goldblum, I'm out.
Well,
I mean, Jeff Goldblum was in the last one, right?
For like 30 seconds. He's like actually a starring role in this new one, but the other one, it was literally just like a courtroom scene, and that was it.
I don't know. I don't really care about Jurassic Park like at all, honestly. I thought it was cool when I was a kid, and I kind of like grew out of it like Star Wars.
Well, to each their own, bro.
Like yes. I had a huge Star Wars phase when I was a kid, and now like out of like all the nerds on the entire fucking planet, I'm probably the one that cares the least about Star Wars out of anyone.
So you're not watching Obi-Wan right now?
I'm not watching Obi-Wan. I didn't watch The Mandalorian. I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars films. The last Star Wars movie I saw was Revenge of the Sith.
That's wild.
If you're going to watch any of the new ones, you should watch Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One's great.
I'm probably not going to watch any of them because I just don't give a fuck about Star Wars anymore. Don't let Lando hear any of this, or Debbie do.
I feel like you're not really a sci-fi guy, to be honest.
I love RoboCop. RoboCop's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know, but I mean, just like in
Terminator 2 is like my second favorite movie ever.
We just spent an hour talking about the Goku and Frieza fight, one of the greatest sci-fi arcs of all time.
Yeah, the greatest sci-fi arc in anime history.
I would say like live action sci-fi then. Like that.
All right, Terminator 2.
And RoboCop.
But more than that. I mean, like I'm saying, like I grew up on like a lot of sci-fi. So like not even just Star Wars and stuff like that. Like any kind of TV shows, anything like that. I mean, I read a lot of
sci-fi TV books. Shows are always boring as piss. I'm gonna say that right now. Sci-fi TV shows, Star Trek is like the most boring fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So boring.
I think it just depends on the Star Trek series, but I can get behind some of
Stargate,
that.
Stargate, like all that shit. Like, stop. Boring. Doctor Who. Come on now.
Dude,
We already talked about Doctor Who. Don't make me waste
didn't-
my breath on Doctor Who.
I didn't watch Doctor Who. But Farscape though, Farscape goes off.
I've never even heard of that in my entire life.
Farscape. It was a big show in the 2000s.
What are you saying? Fire Escape?
Farscape. Farscape. Farscape was a big show in the 2000s. I love Farscape.
X-Files is a sci-fi show. That goes
True.
in.
X-Files my favorite of all time, obviously.
X-Files is cool, yeah. The Fly.
The original Frankenstein's a sci-fi film more than it is a horror film.
Reanimator. I'm talking about some of my favorite movies of all time now. So fucking Reanimator, The Fly.
The Fly 2, of course.
The Fly 2, of course, an all-time underrated classic.
True.
Let's see here. I'm just looking at like my movies on Letterboxd right now. Let's see here. Fucking The Brain. These are kind of fucking. I loved Ex Machina. The movie was awesome. That movie was great.
Incredible. I haven't seen Annihilation yet, but
I liked Annihilation.
I liked Men a lot.
Did you like Men a lot?
Yeah, I thought
talked about.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought Men was good.
I didn't watch Men. You know that. I like to say that I'm not an A24 guy, but then when I look at their movies and I'm like, oh damn, I like 5 of these.
I don't think you would.
I know that's like a small percentage, but like I don't know, like most
Jared,
of the
I think
A24
you would like
movies.
I think you would like Men up until the end because I think it goes a little too like off the rails for you.
Yeah.
The most of the A24 films that I've seen, I actually do like, which is crazy because when I think of A24, I literally just think of Midsommar and how much I fucking don't like that movie at all. And the longer it's been since I've seen that movie, the more and more I fucking hate it. Like with each passing day.
One of my actually my boss the other day, he asked me a question out of the blue and I did not have an answer for him. He said, I know you're a big horror guy. What's the best horror film you've seen in like the last 5 years? And I was like, literally, like, I can't even like answer that because I was like, I don't even know.
I bet I could answer what I think.
Like a new release in the last like 5 years.
So probably this probably isn't accurate to like according to my ratings. One of my favorite, probably my second favorite Godzilla movie of all time is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, the 90s one.
You're not talking about,
bro, one of the greatest sci-fi films of all time, Godzilla Monster X. Literal masterpiece.
Yeah. Great film. Yeah, I like sci-fi. I just don't like boring sci-fi.
I think you like sci-fi with other things. Like you don't like.
I like sci-fi that actually
sci-fi.
Usually space sci-fi just relies too much on fucking. I love Alien.
It's one of the greatest films of all time.
That relies like too much on fucking atmosphere and like setting and stuff like that, and like the story is always weak and slow. I find in my experiences. And even Alien is kind of fucking slow, if we're being honest here.
Alien's slow.
Yeah, it is.
Alien's slow,
intentionally, yeah.
Extro. I fucking love Extro. It's not in space, but it's about space. Let's see here. I gave Invasion of Astro Monster 3.5 stars. That's great. Great sci-fi.
Your coworker though wanted to know what the best horror film was.
My boss, he asked me what the best horror film in the past 5 years was, and I was like, I don't know, really nothing in the past 5 years has stood out like that much. Where I was like, okay, masterpiece.
When did Hereditary come out? 2016.
I have it on video and somewhere in this place right now.
It was probably like 2017, so like just on the borderline of 5 years. So that one didn't even cross my mind because I was like, okay, that's too old.
Yeah.
I think The Void is really good, but I don't think you guys like that one.
Oh, okay. So another name drop here. I was talking to Pat Kennedy the other day.
Legend.
And do you know what the first thing he said to me was?
What?
Well, the second thing after, we were just like, hey, what's up, whatever. He was like, Cat, have you seen The Lodge?
Oh, yeah, The Lodge. Oh, yeah, you talked. I love The Lodge. I love Raw, but Raw was 2016. I absolutely love
Did
that
I watch
film.
The Lodge? Did I
No,
see
but
this
that
fucking thing?
Miles said it was like, because you saw it in theaters like when it came out.
Yeah, that was
And
right
you,
before
you
the
said
pandemic.
you said it
like-
was like really fucking good.
Yeah, it was like legitimately. I saw that like March like 1st or 2nd, and like obviously the pandemic went into effect like a couple weeks
Right.
later.
Jesus Christ, Miles, 4.5 stars. Fuck's sake.
I fucking
For
loved
The
it.
Lodge?
Yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
loved it. The only other
I've actually wanted to watch this a couple times. But Maisie, I think, has either seen it or just doesn't want to watch it for some reason.
Unsane was really good. Did you see that?
I've heard about it. I haven't watched
That
it.
was really good.
I think it's on Shudder now.
probably is.
You know what's a good sci-fi thing that I like? Stranger Things.
You like sci-fi and horror together. That's what I like too, but
Sci-fi horror, I guess,
Action.
action fantasy.
You hate fantasy. What
I
sci-fi what sci-fi fantasy do you like?
I'm saying genres of Stranger Things. Because the monsters in the alternate dimension aren't necessarily science fiction. Like the alternate dimension and the science, like in the scientists that open up the gates and stuff like that is science fiction. But like the psychic powers and the fucking monsters and shit, that's fantasy. Does that make any sense?
yeah,
That
no,
makes
it
sense,
does.
yeah.
I'm still looking.
It's just when you say fantasy, my mind instantly goes to
No,
fucking,
generally I hate medieval fantasy is what I don't like. Like I don't like Dungeons and Dragons kind of shit.
besides Berserk.
Berserk, Zelda, obviously. I mean, we're getting into video games now, but yeah, Berserk and Zelda. And I'm
Miles,
playing.
you have an answer. He's been looking at a lot of these films.
I'm just looking on. Okay, we read men that. Honestly, if I was
If we're gonna get into video games, though, too, I love a lot of science fiction video games.
true science fiction video games are top tier,
Well, yeah, bro, you fucking speed ran all the Mass Effects.
which is
Oh,
wild.
dude, oh my fucking god, Mass Effect is so good. So fucking good. I wish that I could go back and play those again for the first time. That shit was so fun.
What were we? We were talking about watching Rurouni Kenshin again for the first time yesterday.
Yeah. Rurouni Kenshin, science fiction as hell. I love.
It's fantasy, sort of.
Not really. It's like a historical drama that is kind of not grounded, but nobody has like real powers or anything. They just have like over the top abilities that they try to ground in reason, but like that doesn't really make any sense. You know,
There's
what
a
I mean?
literal giant that attacks a town.
Okay, but they're just kind of like, I don't know. I don't view that as fantasy. Like, yeah, Shishio could fucking set his sword on fire by using the friction and the
Hereditary is 2018.
Hereditary was 2018. We have discovered, so that qualifies as the 5-year mark. So I will.
All right, so that's probably the best horror movie of the last 5 years.
So I will update my boss accordingly.
I'd say I'm bad. I can never pick just one. I know that Jared really, really liked this. This was 2018, and I was glad that I got to see this in theaters too. I really like Summer of '84. I know you like this because we talked about
that movie was fucking awesome, buddy. If you
next level,
I haven't seen it. I missed
yeah,
it
you
when
need
it was
to
in
watch it.
theaters.
It's so good.
I got to see it at the Capitol Theater when they did it. They did like a midnight showing, and I like literally walked out. I was like, "This fucking rips."
Yeah.
Like,
I was like living in Columbus at the time, and there was nowhere that was like close enough to see it from when I was available. And then now that it's been out, I haven't gone back. And
you should watch it. Yeah, it's so good.
I mean Halloween 2018.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's up there for sure.
True.
Um, let's see here, because now I'm just looking at my most recent movies that I've seen, and really they're all fucking horror movies. I'm kind of shocked that I gave Fear Street 1666 3 stars, the same as 1978, because I feel like 1666 was the best one in the series.
You liked it.
Surprisingly
You
to
liked
me.
it better than the '80s one.
The 1978, the
The
70s one.
'78, whatever it was.
Yes, I think that the story in 1666 was better,
You
which
didn't
is
seem too thrilled when we were watching it.
I I enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but I liked it a lot.
I still haven't seen that one. That's the one I haven't seen.
Let's see here.
Bro, you know one made me just shit that makes me happy. Malignant made me really happy. That's not the best, but it gave me. I mean, I love that. I love Malignant.
Did I do I not even have fucking Malignant rated on here? No, there it is. Okay. 3 stars. I give everything 3 stars. Means nothing.
That's my solid rating, 3.5 or 3 or 2.5. Literally everything. Unless it really stands out to me. I still need to see the fucking Green Knight. I see that on your Letterboxd right now.
Green Knight. I thought it was going to be
He
better.
hesitated.
I thought
Miles doesn't like a film.
No, I gave it 3.5 stars. I wanted to like it more than I did. It was really good, but at the same time, you ever watch like a film and like the world and like everything they're presenting, and you just want like more of it? You feel like they could have done more.
Yeah,
of what
the
they're
Northman.
I like.
I wasn't disappointed in the Northman, but I wanted so much more than what it was.
I wish they would have killed less children in the Northman. That would have made. But I mean, I understand what they were going for. But
Kill less children.
yeah,
I love when they kill children in movies. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It just was like at the time, like I was just like, I don't know, it bothered me for some reason. I don't know. But I
love when they kill kids in movies, especially horror movies, because they never fucking do it. So when it actually happens, I'm like, holy shit, hell yeah.
Who was, I don't know if it was one of you guys, but someone the other day was talking about how they think it was hilarious when like a dog gets killed or abused.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me at all.
It was not me. I hate when dogs get killed in movies.
I can't remember who the fuck it was. It might have been someone at work.
It's probably
it definitely wasn't either of us.
It was probably a horrible coworker that thinks that fucking, I don't know.
By the way, Host was, it seems to be one of my favorite horror movies of the past 5 years.
It was good.
I didn't see that. I need to see that.
I gave it 4 stars.
Trust me, you could watch Host 3 times in the amount of times it takes you to watch this Monday Night Raw right now. It's less than an hour.
It's less than an hour, and it's like mostly just fucking like jam-packed like action the entire time. Like after like the first like 15 minutes, like once shit starts going down, like it doesn't fucking stop. Like,
that's on Shudder still, right?
Yeah. I think it's really good. I think you'll love it, Miles, actually.
I probably will. I don't know. I wish I could just fucking be off I'll probably end up getting COVID after this podcast. So I'll like verbalize that. I'll be like, yeah, I wish I could just be off and watch a bunch of shit. And that'll just happen. What do we?
You know what movie was not the best of the last 5 years?
What?
Paranormal Activity: Next of Kin.
I obviously
we still haven't talked about that on the podcast at all, but we've got 5 minutes left, so that one's for a whole nother day.
I mean, I don't really have much to say about it other than it fucking sucked. It sucked. It was fucking horrible, and it sucked. That movie was terrible.
I didn't think it was that bad until it started, like towards the end when they forgot it was found footage.
Did you end up watching Ghost Dimension? Didn't you say
I've seen all of them now?
Okay.
Because at some point I want to do like a ranking of them with you guys or Jared or whoever.
Well, without a doubt, Next of Kin is the worst one, in my opinion. Even before it forgets that it's a fucking found footage movie, which was honestly probably actually, when I really sit back and think about it, that was probably the highlight of the film, just by how much it fucking offended me when it was happening, and how boring the rest of the fucking movie was. That movie, like before any of that shit happened and the dog shit ending and all that stuff.
Well, hold on, Miles. Have you even seen it yet? Because you left before we watched it.
No, I haven't seen it. I said that on a minute ago, but I know we were all talking. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's boring as piss. It's so fucking boring. Holy fucking shit. By a mile, it's the most boring Paranormal Activity movie. Not even fucking close. Even like at least Ghost Dimension, even though it fucking sucks, like pond water. Fucking I'll say dog shit infested pond water. At least Ghost Dimension is fucking entertaining, like all the way through.
It is, yeah.
Like there's something stupid happening like all the time, to the point where I'm like, this sucks, but at least it's funny.
I don't know. I feel like because now I watched all of them, like all of them have shit that I like, and all of them have shit that I hate, except for three.
Three's a masterpiece.
Three's god tier, but all the rest are like a mixed bag, kind of for me.
I mean, everybody
obviously some more than others, but like, you know.
Everybody that listens to this podcast already knows that I love the first three, like all three of them. I know that you and Miles are film snobs, and you know the fucking first two are horrible to the Miles at least, or some shit. But
no, I like the first two. I just think three is like on another level.
I don't.
Yeah, three is the best one.
I don't like one, but two makes one better, if that makes sense. Obviously.
Well, it adds on to the story, but
yeah,
I really like all of the first three. The third one is obviously the best. I've said this a billion times, but I'm a big fan of 1 and 2, and then fucking marked ones was bad.
I love marked ones. It's so funny.
I don't see how you could fucking hate Paranormal Activity 1, but say I love the marked ones.
Because Paranormal
he hates the first film in every franchise.
No, I don't. I just
Halloween 1 trash.
Here we go. You got 2 minutes.
Facts.
You got 2 minutes.
True.
Yeah, we got like 2 minutes to wrap this shit up.
I just don't like Paranormal Activity 1.
The marked ones is terrible. That movie was trash.
You had a good time. You've changed your on some of these podcasts. You've talked about
God, it had one scene where a witch got blasted by a shotgun, and you know how Miles is. If one good thing happens in the movie, he will fucking harp on that for the rest of the time. Like, one good thing is worth fucking 5 stars to this guy, and he'll fucking harp on it forever. When we watched Howling 2 or 3. Or whichever one has the castle.
4. We watched Howling 4.
Howling 4.
Ending went insane, but the rest of it was so bad.
Ending went insane for like the last 10 minutes of the fucking movie were like so fucking great. And like, but everything before that was literally the dog shit worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Miles after the movie, Miles was like, wow, that movie was incredible. I'm like, Miles, did you just watch the same shit that we watched? Cat. Come on, the last 10 minutes was hard.
That's all you need.
Dad, this movie's a fucking hour and a half long. So 10 minutes out of fucking 90 is good, and that does not make a good movie to me. When fucking what is that, like one fucking like ninth of the movie or some shit like that?
Hold on, I gotta throw in a controversial thing.
All right, we got like
because you got a minute left.
We got less than 60 seconds left.
This is gonna tickle my balls a little bit. I think Paranormal Activity 1's one of the most overrated films ever created in the existence.
That's not even true.
Yes,
that's a clown take.
No, it's
that's
not.
A clown take. That's not even true. I can't believe you dropped that hot take, knowing there was only 60 seconds left.
You've been running.
You fucking coward.
You've been running your mouth too much. You've been running your mouth too much. I had to throw that
you
bombshell.
Running your mouth with this shit. I have to keep talking so you don't say stupid shit like this.
All right, make sure you guys subscribe to the show. And we're signing out.
Oh my god, one of the most overrated movies ever. Jesus fucking Christ. Most people don't even like that fucking movie. Fuck.